Okay guys, so Geoff here, just going to show you basically how to take the battery out of a 2014 Kia Sorento by showing you how to put it back in. This battery is a great battery, nothing wrong with it, but the car is set for a while, so it lost its charge, and obviously it would jump start, but unless you're going to run it for a significant period of time, you're going to be constantly jump starting until it just gets enough charge from the alternator. So I went ahead and took it out, put it on my charger in my shop, let it slow charge overnight, and now I've got the full 110 reserve capacity and amp hours, and got it all tested out, super solid, 14.4. So, but one of the things, of course, if you're going to take the time to take the battery out and replace it, go ahead and clean your terminals. Do everything you can to give your car the best chance possible to be good, and that's going to be including cleaning your terminals. And I'm just using your standard post cleaner here to make sure you got just good connection. Go ahead and clean the inside of these out with the male version of this, and just again, just to give us the best chance possible for good connection, long life on the battery, and have everything function the way it should. Now this one actually has a little sleeve, so this post must be bigger. This car's new to me, but anyway, we'll go ahead and clean that up best we can and get good connection. But it did require us taking the couple things off, just part of that air flow coming in, and then there's a retaining bolt down there, and I'll pull that out here in a second. I got that up here somewhere. We'll get that out and ready to go. Now this battery came with this cute little skirt, and I'll go ahead and put it back on just because it was on before. No real reason why you'd have this on here, but anyway, yeah, I'll go ahead and put that cute little skirt on. This just kind of shielded that. I'm going to go ahead and put it on, although I don't see really any purpose for it. Go ahead and put that back in. Now it's a long ways down, so you kind of just have to make sure you got everything out of the way. And before I connect it, because I know the second I put any juice to this, the alarm's probably going to go off. I'll go ahead and get that retaining bolt put back in down there, and then if I need to, I can move it around. If I start connecting things up here, it makes moving it around a little tougher. So we'll go ahead and get that on. Okay, so I went ahead and put that retaining, this thing comes out, so this is the actual bracket. It braces up against that little sidewall, and then it fits in the groove in the bottom of the battery. And then it just uses this bolt, and I've got my 1/4-inch drive here with a couple of extensions just to get down in there. And let's see if I can get that started. Now, I always try to do things without using any aid to start it, just because it's easy to cross thread when you're using a mechanical device like a driver like this, but just kind of watch it go. And put it down. So anyway, and then that does not have to be super tight. Tight as you can get it, but I don't have to worry about torquing it on there. And then that is holding that in place. So we'll go to connected battery now. Okay, and one thing to note is that since the negative is kind of already flopped in and touching this, if I were to have that positive connected, every time this touched, it would kind of arc and create some electrical problems. So my recommendation here is to go ahead and do that negative one first. Not that you typically ground things, it doesn't really matter, but that way when I go to do the positive, I'm setting it, and I'm going to do it one time, and it's not going to sit there and spark and arc on me back and forth. This is, most battery terminals, as you probably already know, are 10 millimeters. That's pretty standard across most brands. So we'll go ahead and put that on. Again, I probably wouldn't normally break out my AC Delco just for a battery, but why not, right? We're right here. So let's get that seated the way you want. And then this one, you do want that to be snug, so beyond what we'll do, get that on there nice and tight. Now, One of the things I've noticed with this car is that when you reconnect power, it likes to have the alarm go off. So I'm gonna go ahead and be ready to put the alarm back, turn the alarm off. So give me a second here. Okay, so go ahead and get this seated down here and make sure all the clips are in. This one has a little fuse here right at the top, and then this nice little cover. I really do like that. We'll go ahead and cinch that down. You can see how that pulls it and draws it tight around there. Okay, I'd say we're good there. We'll put this little clip back on. All right, now what we did have to take off to get to this was just this little scoop that came here, and this is held on really basically by pressure there in the back. You can just stuff it in there, and then it has these little 3 plastic retaining screws or bolts, and you kind of just get those lined up in there like that. And I did bring out brought my little Milwaukee out here to do that. And then this is just super quick. And put them in there, and we'll see if that holds. But it doesn't take a lot in this. These are more for just in or out kind of thing, more so than threads. So it's like the plug's in there, so now the things inside can't come out. So that's what I noticed there, because those kind of just spin, but that does hold. So that's what you had to get out of the way to get that battery out. So by and large, this solved our problem of our dead battery. Took it out just to charge it. That's how you put it back in. If you like the content, guys, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on The Lowdown.